miss. I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G, back from vacation from one job, work to another.
Part-time Danny, not Danny G. Part-time
right.
Danny.
That's his news segment name is Part-time Danny.
Part-time Danny.
Yeah.
Well, we can call it part-time because I'm bailing early on the podcast tonight, too. Sitting alongside Rio, Jimmer, and special guest Myles tonight. You know him from the episodes of The Myles Show. Say hello, Myles.
Hello.
Hello.
That's all you got?
That's all I got at the moment. I'm thinking of my make sense if you don't think about it.
That's what.
There
That's
you go.
he only uses a little bit of brain space at one time.
You know
right?
what? His
Let him
wife also
focus.
asked him the same question. That all you got?
Yes. Yes.
She said we were expecting 3 inches of snow, and I said, well, the 4 inches you were going to get wasn't going to be enough anyways.
Okay, this is a perfect transition because if I came in here and you guys were already going, I was going to fucking bust in and tell this story, right? So our magnificent president, Mr. Biden, had a really long State of the Union or whatever deal the other night, right? And one of the things he said, and this is literally one of the things that he said, Jimmy, if you didn't hear this, you want to hear this. So
I think I heard it, but go ahead. I think I did.
They were asking about what we're going to do if Russia invades Ukraine, right? And long story short was it depends on what they do, how far they go in. If it's just the tip, it'll be different than if they go all the way in.
This is not the one I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah. So literally the words he used was just the tip.
So just a tip or balls deep? Is that what we're going at? Like we don't know which way.
Yeah. Balls
Gotcha.
deep. Like we're
So
trying
if they
to get
go balls
Ukraine
deep,
pregnant,
maybe
right?
we'll and that's when they also fall in love. So Ukraine will fall in love.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
But if you just give it just a tip, then it's no big deal. It's not offensive.
Yeah, it's just a tease, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully
Just a
they're
tease.
vaccinated.
That's true too. We can't go, right? Yeah.
Right. No, I thought you were talking about his other stupid numbers.
Oh,
that he
there's
was
a
coming up
lot.
with.
I can't. Yeah, we can't talk about all of them. But,
Oh my god.
But that one was my favorite, and it fit in right there with the.
I do have one serious question for you, gentlemen. How does this dude not gotten taken out of office yet? Just him alone. Like, hold on. Does anyone actually listen to what this man says?
Well, it's more the
Just him. I'm not talking about the
no,
whole.
no, no,
I'm
I'm
not talking about
saying-
the whole cabinet. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about just. him.
you're talking about.
He's delusional.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many times do we hear impeach Trump all the time
Yeah.
because people were mad because he had words that hurt people's feelings.
This dude
But
can't
we
talk.
Right, exactly. And the shit he just says, and we don't see that yet.
Just
Go
I don't-
dogs.
You know what? I'm not even saying who would be in power. I don't care about that. But literally, every country that listened to that address is their presidents, their dictators, or whatever they got going on. Right? Is sitting back with a cold drink on the rocks and laughing their ass off, thinking it's a comedy stand-up. Well, listen to this guy talk, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we do not take you guys serious. This is adorable.
We can do whatever we want.
We can do what we want. I also do want to touch base. We do have Beauchart sitting in the studio here. He became an official sponsor with his Bose power washing. Is that? And what all do you do, Bose?
Basically anything power washing, gutter cleaning, anything like that.
Okay, so we're talking decks, concrete, siding, gutters. He said.
Yep, I can do mowing and stuff too.
Mow, and
Just-
we know you snowplow and you do a pretty damn good job.
Yep.
We appreciate it. I
Yeah,
know.
100%.
So you have anything of those nature? He's kind of like a handyman. If you have a pool that he needs cleaned, that you need cleaned,
He's got you.
Cabana Boy style, because he looks good in a cutoff shirt. I have seen him.
Hey, easy. Back off my job. I got
Cabana boy.
got my banana hammock and my pools, scooper out.
What Myles wants to grow up to aspire to, right? Is the Cabana boy thing. That's the reason why he's trying to match Rio right now in Coke.
That's
Correct.
true.
We're twinning.
It sounds like I've been telling Norris to stay away from my house, but Beauchart, you need to stay.
Oh yeah, dude. He doesn't have a 6-pack. He has that weird 308 pack.
Yep.
Right.
You know that one where like
Muscles
after you
on
watch it,
muscles.
And
Oh yeah.
he
You
knows.
gotta
what
be
I'm talking
careful,
about.
Myles. The driveway won't be the only thing he's plowing.
Well, at least I don't have to do the driveway when I get home.
Or you still have to because he didn't get it done. He was too preoccupied.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Oh God.
Hanging out with the hammer.
But let's be real. He was a sponsor before this, just not officially.
Yeah.
That man single-handedly saved the podcast with that heater.
He did.
Because there were some days
100%.
in here where I thought we could get frostbite, like sitting in here.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes, indeed.
We appreciate you
and
for
that
sure.
And that saved us, seriously. Like, this would not be happening without us throwing out a chunk of change to go get. Because not only did he provide the heater, he provided the huge-ass LP tank, too. The one that Danny thought it was empty after, like, the third attempt.
I had 3 or 4 guys verify. There was nothing coming out of it that night. I don't know what
The
happened.
3 or 4 guys that were also either intoxicated or they were Rio. Not a very good list.
Operator
What?
Oh, sorry, buddy. You're
I've
sitting
seen
right
you
there.
try to watch
noise.
work a snowblower, dude.
Hey, that snowblower's a pile of shit, man. Didn't it just die on you the other day?
He was.
Hold on. That's what you're going to bring to the table? Did it just die on you
He
the other
would.
day?
I had bad gas in it. The
that
car.
what it was?
So Jimmer would throw it in a pile of snow about 4 foot tall and be like, "Why did it die? Why did it die?" He would just expect the snow to move. Instantly.
I barely moved this thing. And it
I watched him do it. He threw it in this pile of snow
He
and
didn't
it
watch.
died. And he's like, "Pfft,
you
fucking
can't
shit's
take
dead."
one pile. Like he's making it sound like that thing. You should be able to drop it in one spot and shoot that one spot and not keep going. It should be able to shoot it and just like, well, this is a pile of shit. You know what I have? I have 2 sons that will go ahead and push that snow for me. So I
I
just
wish
got
I
right
had
up off
Snapchat back then because I would have taken a video.
it. You had Snapchat. We've been seeing dog shitting for like 4 years. now.
I'm saying when that happened.
That
Oh
was-
yeah, the dog.
that was inside 4
definitely.
years. Either way,
Yeah. So we've got a fun night. I'm glad we got a bunch of people in here. This will be pretty entertaining. When you do get to your questions, I want to answer actually, it was a question that built off of your law thing from Scotland. I think you talked about.
Yeah.
Got a little story about that. So we'll
Okay.
get into that tonight
Okay.
too. But other than that, what do we got for news and notes, baby?
all right. Lakers Russell Westbrook says that he was disappointed with the fourth quarter benching in Wednesday's loss to the Pacers, but that he remains undeterred about how to figure shit out and do what's best for our team to win in the long run. Now, before you guys comment, you remember how we were talking in the last one about like the Vogel's being assessed on a game-per-game basis, right?
Yeah.
Laker management backed him. He got a A- for that game because they benched him. So they
Okay.
came out and said we back him for benching him.
Yeah.
So his first grade was he passed.
They literally said that.
Yes, they did. They
So they're
didn't
gonna
say
start
A.
doing
They didn't
this-
say A. It was like game by game.
Yeah,
Yes.
they come
That's
out.
fucking stupid.
Yes.
Yep.
And they backed him for benching Russell Westbrook. They made it a point to come out and say, yeah, we back Frank on that one. Oh, so he passes this game. Gotcha.
Right. If I was Russell, I'd ask for a trade.
I think he's getting too much blame. It just doesn't mesh well, right?
It just right, and that's the thing. He doesn't mesh well there, right? He's been trying to do these things, play off the ball, be a little bit better teammate, this and that, right? Bench in the fourth quarter now.
And he's a great teammate, right? Have
Right.
you ever heard of him as a bad teammate?
Exactly.
Anyone he's ever played with, he takes a punishment, takes a verbal beating, and kind of scapegoating right now. I'm like, this isn't just Russell Westbrook's fault that the
Right.
Lakers are bad.
Right.
He plays with heart every inch. He played a little lackluster defense on one play at the end of after he missed his layup or whatever on this one, and then he got benched shortly after that. It was no worse defense than LeBron plays on average now,
right.
gentlemen. And we've talked about this, right?
Yeah, the difference between you're never going to bench LeBron James, right? Whether it's deserving or not,
that'd be the
you
first time.
cannot do that.
That'd be the first time you ever see a head coach get fired mid-game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? So it's not that Russ is a bad player. Russ is a really good player. He's one of the most athletic guys in the league. Still plays hard, all that stuff we talk about, right? He doesn't fit with what they have going on, and there's only 3 pieces on that team, and one of the 3 fucking legs of the stool don't even work. Like, you can't do that. You got to try to get different pieces for sure. And it's not, like, at any fault of his, but they just shouldn't have brought him in.
Shouldn't have. They should look to move him. He needs to be in a place where he's got the ball in his hands and scoring and creating. That's not the Lakers.
He is the smaller version of LeBron, so he needs to be surrounded by people that can shoot 3-pointers. He can drive and kick, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to think of him as. LeBron has a better 3-point shot, but LeBron's A game is what? Distributing the ball, and then when all else fails, drive to the cup, and if you double team, kick it out, and someone hits a 3. That's Russell Westbrook, too, just a much smaller version, right?
Yeah.
And he plays with more heart. That's a very bold statement, and I'm a LeBron fan, you know that, but
now
he does.
Now
he does, right? What do you got, Myles? You're sitting over there all quiet. You don't talk basketball? That's an LA team, too.
Yeah.
Aren't you a Rams fan?
I just don't like LeBron.
That's
okay,
all right.
now you're kicked out. That's nice knowing you.
Hold on. Do you like Steph, Miles?
Yeah, I like.
You're
Steph
back
Curry.
in.
You're a piece of shit.
No, it's that.
You're back
He's
in.
fun to
back
watch.
in for show.
LeBron's just not fun to watch for me.
Yeah. Vogel's a scapegoat, ultimately, right? I can't believe they're going to say game by game like how they feel about him. I would just quit. There's no winning situation
you
for
can't
Vogel.
win there.
There's no winning
Yeah.
situation for him. No.
But, and LeBron has been backing him, by the way, his last press conference, too.
Backing him in front of everybody. To
Well,
make it, because if
well,
you're
maybe-
LeBron,
hold on.
you're
I
the
think-
guy that gets coaches fired. You have to now try to act like you're not that guy.
So that's what it looks like. This is one thing that I still do defend LeBron on. I think there's always he's the titled, like when you have him there, it's title or nothing. So if there's a little bit of a rift, the first thing that management does is just gets rid of them. I don't think that's necessarily LeBron every time. I really don't. You can't go through that many.
Oh, okay, you just said this, right? You can't go through that many. How many players have been through as many coaches as LeBron?
He's also changed teams 4 times.
Right. How many
He's
coaches
changed teams 4
did he have
times.
in Cleveland?
Which time? The second time was 2. The one that they gave a Europe coach his first shot at a head coaching gig.
Right.
So they bailed on him, and then they went to Ty Lue. Now, did he have impact on Ty Lue getting it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was the guy that was like, hey, we're done with them. We're done with this guy. You haven't ever seen that. There's no proof of that is what I'm getting at. There's never been proof of it. And and I've never heard him fully back a coach like what he has been doing with Frank Vogel. He's been actually attacking the media back if you watch his last one.
Yeah.
He's like, why do we keep going back to Frank? This isn't him. This is on us as players. This is definitely the first time I've seen him full-blown back a coach. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's one I'm missing.
I've never heard him do that. If he's doing that and it's genuine, then that's different. Then I'm with you on that.
Is LeBron going to say it in a press conference when he's in one of his pissy moods and it's not genuine? Because he was in a pissy mood. He's pretty. That's the most open you'll ever get, that man, is when he's in like that little chippy mood that he gets in, especially when losing, or if you ask him a question that irritates him. That's when he's the most honest. That's like drunk LeBron or drunk Rio, drunk James. You know, that's the most honest you're going to get from LeBron because he gets irritated and he doesn't give a shit.
Right.
That's the reason why I believe he believes in Frank Vogel.
I get you. Yeah.
That's my belief, and I could be 100% wrong. Maybe there is something else going behind it, but I don't know why he just wouldn't. Like, hey, I'm going to deter myself from this question. That isn't. But he actually went out of his way.
Do you think I saw something interesting come across Twitter before we move on? And do you agree? It said LeBron is just a franchise killer. He comes in. Yes, he's going to make your team great, but he's going to demand this. He's going to demand that. Trade away picks, acquire players, older talent. Right? He'll run the coach out if it's not something he wants, it's not working, and then he'll switch teams, and he's done it multiple times.
No.
So do you agree?
No.
He's a facilitator.
No. And the reason why I say that is, what is your goal every single year of any professional sports? And we watch guys get fired after.
Well,
a
yes
year.
and no. You got to know what you're like. Like the 76ers coming, when they were playing a couple days. I'm not talking about them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you got to know, like, okay, we're not winning a title this year. We're looking to get experience for our young players and this, right?
But they usually, most teams don't do that. They were ready to tank. They're synonymous with it, right? The Sixers are. And that's the reason why they're trying to kibosh that. Is they literally were showing that they were doing it, like, we're doing this.
Okay, different
So-
one then.
so-
After the
so
Mavericks championship, right?
So what I'm getting at is I agree and I disagree both.
Yep.
yes, for the long term, he shuts it down for that franchise. But
Yep.
does he not ultimately get every team he's been to? He's gotten you to where you wanted to go, what you got him for. And that's what every franchise is trying to go for, is a championship. You are forever a champion. No
That's,
one's
that's,
gonna.
no. That's not the question. He's a franchise killer. Yes, he comes
Yeah,
in.
that's
He's
not,
immediately.
that's not a franchise killer then, because he literally made your franchise.
But
he
when
made,
he
and he made
leaves,
millions upon
right?
millions of dollars.
But
for
when
you.
he leaves, right, they struggle.
But-
That's what they're saying.
What-
He comes in and he wins, right? He's going to win. He's going to get the
right,
championships.
and I'm answering that question, and I answered it correctly. How many billions of dollars did the Dan Gilbert make off of downtown Cleveland when that dude? Did you see what happened when LeBron was in town versus when he's not in town?
Yeah.
So he is LeBron. He is a franchise maker. Now, does he set them back when he leaves? Absolutely. Yes, because the teams are built around him and they don't function without unless you have another player that can do what he does. So you can't say he's a franchise killer when he literally made you a championship contender and a champion. Every team he's went to, he's made a champion.
Well, it's based off every time he leaves because he comes in, right? He makes you a contender,
Yep.
champions,
And
and then
now-
once he goes, you're
Absolutely. And now
and he's ran so many people off. I don't know. I could see some of it.
You look up in the
and,
rafters in every one of those, and he contributed to yours, and he made
Yep.
you hundreds of millions upon millions of dollars. So to me, no. This is what every team does. This is what every NFL team does. NBA, baseball tries to buy their championship. It's the same thing. They try to go all in for 1 year. Do you not hear that when they try to bring in one quarterback? Like, we're going for win now.
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what professional sports is. Does it take a dip? Yes. That's the reason why I said yes and no. Like, yes, each one has taken a dip because
Yeah.
you can't lose a LeBron. You can't lose any all-star player on your team, a legit all-star player, and be good. I promise you that. Not the next season. It's very rare unless you traded all-star for all-star.
He just has too much say.
Right.
You got five. You got 5 starters out there. 4 of them like the coach. LeBron's like, no, I don't like him. He's getting somebody new.
They were talking about him getting to trade for stars to bring in. Now they're trading away the picks and stuff like that. So you're not going to acquire those first rounders and stuff like that. I could agree with some of it. Some of it, absolutely, he does make the value of franchises goes up. But I can also see like the Cavs. We've seen it when he left, right? And then once he went to the Heat, right? The Cavs were down. The Heat come up. Then when he switched back, right? The Cavs come up and the Heat went down. Now the Heat have actually rebounded, right? They made the finals.
They all have.
2 years ago.
They all have rebounded after a few years because it also juices their pockets too. I mean, they all have. The Cavaliers have they made the playoffs yet? No, but it's looking pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, they
right?
look good right now. Yep.
They do, right? The Lakers aren't in that bad of peril. They really are not. First off, they have no.
Well,
problem.
they will
have-
pay the luxury tax no matter
absolutely.
whatever the
and
hell
I was
it is.
and I was going to say that absolutely. But they made that trade for Anthony Davis not just for LeBron. Anthony Davis is 28 years old. So you get a guy for another in their thought process another 8 years.
Yep.
In a high level. That's why they made that trade and paired with LeBron. Okay, this is a smart trade. We're going to get this dude for a ridiculous long time even after LeBron moves on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they also made that trade.
Yep.
Now, would they have made it for LeBron? Absolutely. Yes, I do believe they still would have, but they benefited from that if he can stay on the court.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was an interesting take.
Go ahead. He hasn't even tried to.
Yeah.
I think he does have too much control over that. Like, I think that's the danger, kind of the fire that you play with, right, is you're letting the player be the GM too. And
Yeah.
He is. He has been since he went to Miami, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I get it. If I'm a fan, I don't care. He brought me a championship. We can build back up from there and figure it out or try to. So I don't think he's a team crusher, but I get that perspective. When he leaves, it definitely falls apart.
Yeah. It was a really interesting. It just made you think like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't all for it and against it. I do agree with Jimmer on, the value of your franchise and everything goes up.
And the ultimate goal.
Right, and getting
Right.
the championships.
Yeah.
But, yes, when he leaves.
Cleveland hadn't won. The city of Cleveland, not basketball. The
Right,
city,
city
of
of
Cleveland,
Cleveland.
hadn't won in 60-plus years.
Right. And then I also get the downfall of that. You leave, you walk out, and you've got no talent, and you can't acquire talent. So I get both sides.
But that
of it.
tends to happen no matter what. So Michael Jordan stayed on the Bulls his whole career up until he came out of retirement and played for the Wizards. What happened to the Bulls after he left in '99?
Mm-hmm.
They fell off, and he didn't just demand a trade or anything. He retired because that was the last run, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That happens with every franchise. So
That was a lot more than just him, though, too.
I understand that, but
Right.
but when you play, especially in NBA, when you play at a high level in the NBA championship or winning the championship, you're picking number 30 or 29 every single year, which is dick. That's nothing. So you're never in the lottery. You never have
think
a
it just
chance
come
to
out 'cause-
revamp. That's what I'm getting at. It's always been there. It's LeBron that you tie it to and where they
Right,
move from.
yeah.
That's my point. It's always there. Name a franchise that the Spurs have been struggling. Yes, I don't even know that they made the playoffs after all those boys left now.
Right.
So it happens. Some people, it happens every single time. It's just because it's LeBron and he moved on from one team to another. So it looks like that. But every time
It's not just because it's LeBron. It's like what Jimmer says. Danny says. He's got too much control. Ultimately, I think that's why this conversation comes up. But it was just an interesting take I seen on Twitter. What else we got?
all right. We went really long on NBA LA, right?
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Rays, inventive and controversial plan to split the home schedule with the city of Montreal, which was shut down by Major League Baseball officials earlier this week. The Rays owner Stuart Sternberg called flat out deflating. So they were trying to generate revenue, gentlemen, by splitting their home games. So there's, what is there, 81? There's 162 games. There's 81 home games they were going to split between there and Montreal. Because they're also having a problem getting their next stadium, so to speak, or arena, whatever the hell you want to call them. Ballpark in Tampa Bay, which ends up in 2027 is when that lease is up at Tropicana. They had the 28th out of 30th ranked attendance at Tropicana Field a year after, was that the year after going to the World Series or winning the World Series? So they're always at the bottom with like the Oakland A's with attendance, Oakland A's and the Miami Marlins.
Damn.
So they were he was trying to generate something without yanking it completely from the town.
Yeah.
At least he's thinking outside the box, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Is that any different than the Jaguars guaranteeing themselves a London game at least every year? They were the first ones to jump on board, and they want that because they get that.
Yep. Money, baby.
Right? Robot umpires at home plate are moving up to AAA for the 2022 season, which is one step away from Major League Baseball, gentlemen.
I can't wait to see one of those get drop kicked.
This is bad for the game. I think baseball has been always, you got that mind game going on, and you adjust to whatever's going on in the game, and that's including the ump calls. If ump is given an inch outside,
Yeah.
all right, and the whole plate shifts over, then you have to shift, and it's kind of that whole mind game. And when you ever play MLB, do you have that option? You can put call strikes perfectly or make slight mistakes like as normal umps do. Nobody goes and call it perfectly because that's not how the game is meant to be played. Human errors.
Yep.
I mean, it happens. Now, yes, it has cost us some things like the perfect game from a Chicago White Sox pitcher. Right, that was a really bad call. This will probably be mostly for plate action. So, but yeah, I just think this is a bad move ultimately. And I don't want to see it at the MLB level.
I agree with you. I think, what is it? So one strand of this touches like the laser of this thing on the outside corner, and that's what gets it versus like
a couple years from iRobot shit going on.
well, you could literally turn everything into a robot, right? Like
Yeah.
making every single call. I'm like, that's isn't that part of sports? A little bit of the human error on both sides, not just the umps.
Right.
Especially in baseball, man. There's so
Right.
many dumb things that baseball does that's like tradition and
Yeah,
things
but this
like
is
that.
the first thing they crack into.
Yeah, that
To-
seems crazy to me. I don't
you
like
can't,
it.
you can't walk across the pitching mound. You can't walk across the pitching mound. It is bad juju, or whatever. It's like it's fist fight worthy if you're the
Right.
opposing team.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a robot out there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, Myles? They are offering jobs for it.
I mean,
to run it.
I mean, if they want somebody to run it, I'll do it. But depends on who's playing, who's getting the calls.
Right. If anyone gets invested in this, I find out the owner of the Houston Astros are invested in these. We don't have to worry about trash cans anymore, do we?
No shit. Yeah.
Get out of here.
yeah.
Got us a shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Still hanging.
Somebody will hack the robot. And
I don't think it's a good look. So
Yeah, not a good look.
I don't mind review, like going back to review and correcting a few things and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't like it. The MLB Players Association will make a counteroffer to the league in Monday's meeting.
They don't get paid enough already?
By the sounds of it, the owners are, I don't know. I tend to lean the other way a little bit. So, either way. I'll go, what I was going to say is if they make no headway with this one, by the sounds of it, you can count spring training out.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
I think we were all planning on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the MLB has no problem. They've already shown this multiple times, right?
Right.
Suspending seasons, having
60
truncated
game,
seasons.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So-
don't care.
I don't think they really give a shit, right?
No, I'm not surprised. You got to act like there's some movement going on, but
This could kill baseball, though. It could.
I don't think so.
I'm talking about diehard fan. Without that juice that happened, baseball was dying before Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. It's actually a fact. You go
Well,
back.
that's
and
why
look
they
at it.
juice the baseballs. That's why they made the baseballs bouncier.
No, that's also the reason why they injected them right into the biceps.
well, that too. I'm
Of
talking
those
about
two.
recently.
I'm paying to
It was
see an
coming back
athlete.
because they made
Right,
the
it's
baseball.
right.
bouncier.
I'm saying right now though, you're
Yeah.
not going to get that. You're going to get people get irritated if you cancel the season or you truncate it,
Mm.
especially that late in it. You're also getting towards football season when that stuff happens too. Baseball is going to really hurt. Like they both
Yeah.
need each other at the end of the day.
I think the baseball just needs more steroids. It's more fun to watch.
yeah.
Hey, we have another one.
There
Yep.
we go. I think that's 4 for 4.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
4 for 4.
Beauchart.
Does baseball need steroids?
No.
What?
Get out of here.
Look back in the Oakland day when Mark McGwire did he take steroids? Him and Canseco were hitting 40 home runs each. There was never once steroids. Never once.
That's,
I know of.
hold on.
Wait,
There's literally a comedy skit, Beauchart, that shows that they both were injecting each other in the butt with steroids. I'm being serious. They were literally the twin needles.
I think what he's
They-
meaning
they
to
really
say,
were.
he's meaning to say he's against testing.
Is that what you mean? Against testing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it means.
I love
Maybe
it.
the first year they were together, maybe. But I'm talking about like before their final season, they were. Yeah, that's what Canseco came out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that. Okay, I follow. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
They're like, hold on, we can crank this up to 50 home runs. Let me go ahead and see your butt cheek. I got something for you.
Right.
I mean, I know we're baseball right now, but could you imagine some of the pro football players if they were just allowed to do steroids? I mean, what's an
They do.
O-line anymore?
They already do.
There's some shit going on for sure.
Oh, dude, in the NFL for sure. And there's minimal punishment for it, which it should be. I mean, if you're taking a whooping like
Look,
that.
you get a warning before you get tested. They text you. Ask OBJ.
Oh, they all got each other. Absolutely.
They need to pull that UFC shit, man. They need to get USADA in there 3 a.m. Fucking wake up.
Where you at?
Where you
Piss
is.
in this cup.
Yep.
Shit.
I'm going to see you in 3 days in the training room. Please have your pee sample collected and ready.
Yeah. Titans running back Derrick Henry to be activated and is expected to start versus the Bengals, gentlemen. King Henry back.
Go
Yep.
Bengals.
Go Bengals. I do agree.
you
That's
kidding?
That's awesome. Though.
Yeah, I grew up 45 minutes from the
I
stadium.
I like Burrow. I do like Burrow. I like their cast of weapons. I just I don't think they're there yet. I think the Titans got off lucky with,
The Bengals matchup, yeah.
but Burrow's so laid back. Like that's scary for the Titans, right? Like he don't give a shit. Like he acts like he's been playing forever. He's so like laid back. I've been in the situation. I'm like, brother, you were legitimately a legit starter in college for 1 year. Now you tore the roof off that year because the year before you weren't very good. You tore the roof off, broke records, won the Natty Championship, went through the college football playoff. You go here, tear your shit because you had a horrible offensive line, and then you ball out this year, right? Mm-hmm. And he still has that swag, and I appreciate that, but
Yeah, let's keep on your topic though. King Henry, right?
yeah.
Is he first game back in this long? He's going to need to at least match what Cam did last weekend, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he will.
And
If-
92 yards,
92
I think,
yards,
right?
yeah.
All-purpose yard.
Dude,
Yeah.
and he ran.
All
He
purpose.
almost killed somebody.
He looked
Cam Akers
so
almost
good.
killed somebody.
How many? 5
Yeah.
months out of that? When was
He
that?
almost
Five
killed Buda Baker.
and a half
Yeah.
months.
What the fuck?
He almost
What is
killed
going on?
All-Pro, Pro Bowl Buda Baker. Almost killed
Oh
him.
yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
It was nasty.
Are these boys just talking to Adrian Peterson and like, hey, what the hell did you do, man?
Dude,
like,
so
'cause
quick.
How are you doing?
Yeah, he set the standard, right?
Exactly.
Like stupid standard. Like he trimmed it off by 6 months or whatever it was.
Yep. And now it's getting shorter. You
Yeah.
know, everything like
Yeah,
that.
everything's like, oh, dude, how'd you get back in the NFL season at the end? What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of that contributes to the sports science is
Medicine.
the medicine to
Yeah.
regenerate. So you can regenerate stuff so fast now that now you can get back to rehabilitation sooner.
Yeah.
And I think that is how far we've come, and that's why everybody's coming back sooner. Is because we can now repair or take whatever it is, to regenerate stuff. And so now you're hitting the rehabilitation, whatever.
Rehabilitation.
Rehab, yeah.
You're hitting rehab way sooner than what you normally would, right?
That's true.
So
Yeah.
But they also
just
say
getting a jump on it.
They also say when you come back, you're not the same. But Cam Akers was looking the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had a nasty one.
But I mean,
but this is where I thought you were trying to fish for something here.
No, I wasn't necessarily fishing. I'm just thinking.
If this
I don't
game,
know if they need him to be King Henry yet in this game.
I don't think so either. But
will he?
But if it is needed, they will. Otherwise, he wouldn't be out there.
Yeah.
So this gets back to my original way back statement. No, can you disagree with me on this one? Like literally, they come down to the wire. Are they going to worry about the last few snaps?
No.
Like let's say the last few
no,
runs.
because they have no. I mean, sure they have that Texas running back, but literally they had nobody.
No, I'm
run the ball.
not even taking a shot at your guy. I'm just saying literally the game is coming down to that. And look,
Yeah, you're gonna get.
you're
Derrick
going
Henry
to
the
you're
ball.
not worrying about snaps at that point.
Yeah.
You're not worrying about any of that shit.
Yep.
If he's not healthy enough, he wouldn't have activated, and that's the reason why they waited until. That's what he claims. The reason why he waited till today to activate him and to make the announcement that he's going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the goal isn't for him to only take 15 carries or something like that. I bet you the goal is that or less. Maybe the win is up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's down to the wire, they are not looking at snaps.
Right. You get your guy out there.
We want to win this. We're going to the AFC Championship, and then possibly a Super Bowl. So, all hands on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Rams left tackle Andrew Whitworth and safety Taylor Rapp will miss Sunday's game versus the Bucks.
Ooh, might have to switch my pick.
that kind of hurts. Wasn't expecting to hear that. Last report I read, Andrew Whitworth was still on the bubble, but Taylor Rapp, he needs benched anyways.
Whoa.
I'm not a fan of him right now.
Not.
I think he needs to get slapped around by Jalen Ramsey.
He already did, right?
I mean, he needs to go again.
He needs to go again.
Yeah.
Another BS.
That makes me think harder on that pick too.
Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man.
That's big. 'Cause I have at the moment I'm picking the Rams and that right there.
You guys do
tough.
know. You guys do know about the Buccaneers' injured offensive line, too,
yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you do know who's on the other side of that
Yeah,
ball,
Aaron
right?
Donald with a banged up center.
With Von Miller balling out
I don't know
right
what your
now?
guys' picks are. I'm not trying to say anything either way. We'll get to moving a little bit, or we're gonna get to the questions because he's got to go here in a minute. So
Yeah.
I'll finish the injury stuff and let's wrap off some of your questions. Then I'll finish news. How about that? Want to do that?
Do it.
People can't hear you with the head shake.
Rios bobbing up
What
and down
what does a head shake mean?
I
Up
don't-
and down, Jimmer.
Can the listeners see
with a gag
your head
sound.
shake without a camera? I've seen your head shake and your bob. Yeah, Mike Wagner's seen it too.
Well, no, he's looking up at the ceiling, but
That good, huh?
That
good. All right, real quick.
That was fucked
The
up.
Packers get pass rushers Zadarius Smith and Whitney Merciless back versus the Niners. Big time.
definitely big
Yes.
time. Big time.
You don't think it's gonna throw off their feng shui or anything like that? I'm gonna give you my answer. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Anytime you add talent, especially on the defensive side, you
Yeah.
can't hurt yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
need
just
it.
heard an interesting question about that earlier, and is that gonna hurt? I'm like, when you're adding on the defensive side, you want all the talent you can get. That isn't messing with feng shui.
Yeah.
That isn't messing with the smoothness.
Well, that and their linebackers and the way the 49ers run the ball, you're going to need those guys.
You want some boss up there, right? You want
Yep.
playmakers. This is a time of season you need playmakers. You need your studs, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to need everybody because
All right.
Debo's coming.
Debo's coming.
Debo's
coming.
Danny owes this man something. I don't know what he's going to give him, but I know he's been talking dirty
Debo's
about him
the
all
man,
year.
man.
He's
I'm telling you.
just nasty.
He drafted him just before I was about to, damn it.
He's he's different.
It was a
I
our,
wasn't.
our
ex-
debate.
I wasn't expecting what he did though when I was thinking about drafting him.
for sure.
And what you got was
was
ridiculous.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, balled out.
Go ahead, Rio. Let's get
All
some of
right.
Rio's randoms.
Rios Randoms.
All right, here we go, guys. Give me 3 things you would take with you out of your house, say if a zombie apocalypse broke out.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna be weapons galore, baby. Zombie apocalypse. I want a machete, cause I assume that I can't be unlimited bullets, right? Because ultimately I would want a gun, but if you want me to just pick items, I'm gonna say a machete, defend myself. 3 items. 3 items or 3 things in general.
3 things.
Vehicle. And damn it. What? I don't know. I want some bullet I want some shit that will kind of protect me, so I'm trying to think of what I want. I don't know. I only need those 2 things. That's
All
what I'll
right,
survive
he's
on.
just a baller. Miles, what do you got?
I'm gonna take toilet paper, a vaccine card, and a mask.
Stay away, I'm good, guys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
I
I
love it.
love it.
Danny, what do you got for me?
I think I'm doing a tire iron.
Ooh, okay.
A what?
Tire iron.
Tire
I
iron.
like
it.
Sir. Okay.
I don't have a bat with like barbed wire prepped, so I couldn't just do that.
Yes,
know?
you could.
That would be the
You get
move.
to just pick them. That's what. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw. I'm just gonna throw my another weapon. Is that? I think that's where you're leaning
Okay,
to. I just
yeah.
didn't know if we were gonna do extra weapons.
I'm trying to fuck these zombies
Yeah.
up, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's go. It's a video
So
game.
yeah, no, I'm doing the same thing in that aspect. Because that's the first thing I thought of was like a big old loaded bat like that, big old wood one.
Yep.
And probably something nasty on it, nails or something going through it. That would probably be nails that drive through.
Oh,
Go
there
ahead.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Energy drink for a 4th.
Yeah, you need some caffeine, right? You're gonna be up all night. Maybe like a flamethrower.
There you go.
And a box of Twinkies, because I think Twinkies live forever, right?
Twinkies live
right.
forever.
Twinkies, baby.
And in zombie apocalypses, they've shown that they don't make it that long. There's
Exactly.
always a bunch of ho-hos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit.
A bunch
Yes.
of bullshit.
Yeah, I'll probably take a gun, probably my bow, and a knife of some sort.
Hope you run out of bullets. And then it's hard
First
to find
person
your
I'm
bows.
shooting. First person I'm shooting is you. So then I'm gonna
Just in
take your bullet.
case.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
I'm not gonna be one of those because I don't have.
Yeah, you got it. All right. All right, Beauchart. What do you got? 3 things. Now that Danny G is left,
Yeah.
our sponsor, Kevin Beauchart, stepping into the
Our
mic.
official, big time first sponsor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I think if I had one, it would probably be Uzi.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't have a bow, but I do have shotguns, so it'd probably be a shotgun.
Okay.
And the other one would probably be a knife,
Okay.
a big butcher knife.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
definitely. In that knife gang too.
We just don't want you turning into a necrophiliac.
No,
Hey,
that
for
one.
for people that don't know what that is, what is that?
Yeah. What is that, Miles?
Miles, what is it?
Where you have sex with dead corpses?
Oh yeah, definitely don't. Please, no.
Not all of us get to lose our virginity to something living.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Wow.
You sound like this is experience more than anything.
It was supposed to be
You said
funny,
not all
but
of us.
now I'm getting flashbacks.
Miss you, Uncle.
All right, what else you got?
All
brother?
right, here we go. Moving on. Question number 2. If you could have any career in the world, what would it be?
Oh, any career in the world.
Yep.
So if I was athletically gifted enough, it would have to be an NFL player. Or are you talking about
Just any career that you could have in the world, what would you want
yeah,
to be?
NFL player. Quarterback is what I have to be more specific. A fat quarterback.
I was,
Well, yeah, I know you were going to say something stupid.
yeah, that's not working. So D lineman, we got it.
No, you said anything that I wanted is what you said, so it would be quarterback.
Okay.
NFL.
All right, NFL quarterback. Okay.
NFL quarterback.
What do you got, Miles? Working as Pro?
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, for a discount too.
Yeah,
brother.
for a discount. For a
brother.
discount.
We're gonna
Rocking that Zimpro
start
coat
you
too.
off at that great wage.
What we got? What would you like to be?
Mine be a porn star. But let me tell you why.
Male on male,
Yeah,
right?
please. That pays more. That pays more.
Right, so male on male.
No, this job is going to pay amazing because I'm going to get filmed for 2 minutes and walk out with deep pockets, boys.
Watch the immaculate ejaculator.
Boshar, what do you got?
I'd have to say an MLB player.
Okay.
MLB.
You
Yep.
play
Yeah.
and you play softball, right? Or you were
slow pitch. Yep.
slow pitch, but you
Yep.
played softball. You're big into baseball.
Yep,
And
yep.
that type of thing, right?
Yep. Yeah, I would have to say MLB player.
So, you had shoulder surgery? Are you going to continue to play, or are you done?
I think I'm done playing softball.
So when you say
So-
think, so that isn't official.
So
Well-
you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance.
There's a chance.
But
So if we started up, what's the name of our team again?
The Moose Knucklers.
If we started up the Moose Knucklers again, we gave Kevin Boshart a call. You're telling me you want to be like, you know what? Shoulder's feeling good.
I'd be there. I'd
See?
be there.
Oh, see, exactly. Especially playing baseball or baseball, softball doesn't matter, but you know the concept. But
Yeah.
okay,
Don't worry about the strike zone. We're getting a robot.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
yeah. No, go ahead. Give your opinion for a second.
That I don't know. I don't agree on that. You know, it's taking jobs away. You know, granted, these umpires take a lot of crap, but yeah, and you know, going to robots, it's not going to be the same.
He's seen iRobot. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they go to robots, I will guarantee you the people watching it will go down. It ain't gonna be the same. It will never be the same. It's just like if they go to the robots in NFL, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just gonna affect everything.
I don't think it's good for the game all around. Any game, right?
Yep.
Okay. What do you got?
So I do like the baseball one. That'd be a nice career to have, but NFL punter. He's out there. He's out there
Because
banging.
you know what?
kicks,
You
and
want to
know
get
what?
hit. You don't
Yeah.
have much pressure.
Right, exactly. I just got to kick this ball.
I'm digging it, bro.
Right.
I'm digging it, actually.
Pretty easy. Now, if it had to be
I didn't think about
non-sports
that.
related,
What we're-
or not like a player.
How is your answer not what we're doing right now, first off?
Right. Well, it is in a sense.
When you
a
said-
GM of something.
I like that.
A non-player.
So if you want,
Ask.
if you want to do that, because you didn't give me that option, if you want to do that, mine would be right up that alley too. I would like to control, not control for like a testosterone thing, just more like a GM. I would love that aspect.
Yeah.
I love any part of making decisions and trying to build a team, or what we're doing right now. I enjoy talking sports in general. So that's my passion. That's what I like to look at. That's what I look at, right? It's movies or this. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zimpro should be number one. I'm working on that. I'm still working on me.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you?
How come nobody at this table said Zimpro? What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
I bet you
Selfish.
Danny would
Not
have.
a
He's
team
not even
player.
and he's not employed there.
No,
never been
none of you
employed there.
team players. Moving on to question number 3. If you could shoot one condiment from your belly button, unlimited supply, which would it be?
I'm going first. Ranch.
Okay.
All day.
Miles.
Hollandaise sauce. And the only reason I say that is because for the past 4 or 5 months, my daughter's been coming home, Daddy, I want holiday sauce. I'm like, we ain't got none of that here. What the hell's holiday sauce? And then I find out it's this breakfast sauce or whatever, and So I went and bought it tonight to make her some hollandaise sauce. But if I could shoot that out of my belly button, I think it'd be pretty cool.
There you go. What about you, Beauchart?
I'm gonna say like Worcestershire sauce.
That's your
Okay.
go-to.
There you
Can
go.
you say that one more time?
Worcestershire sauce.
That is the closest I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Are you
Sure.
are you getting chub?
Is the table
now?
picking up?
No, it's not big enough.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
It is cold. It is cold out. It is cold out. I'd have to go with probably Cholula.
Oh,
Yeah.
you put that on anything?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty much.
Actually, I do. I put it on quite a bit of stuff too. But
Yep.
my ranch is, you already kind of buckled a little bit to me, a little bit on that. That got you into that ranch game.
I
and
am
certain
on
stuff.
that ranch game.
But yeah, I agree with you on the Cholula or anything like that. What is that? Sriracha.
Yeah.
I used to put a little bit of that. Oh, dude, put a little bit of that in anything. Macaroni and cheese. It don't matter what it is. Mac and cheese.
Can we turn
Yeah.
this into a little bit of a debate? That packaged ranch, like let's say you go to Dairy Queen and you get ranch in the container, and it's the same Hidden Valley ranch, but it tastes 10 times better than the ranch in the container.
You are not wrong.
It just blows
No.
my mind.
Yeah.
So me and my wife,
Ranches. We actually talked about this at work. Ranches taste different.
they do.
Yeah.
So me and my wife have based restaurant visits off of the ranch because there are certain places that have like the best tasting ranch versus
Yeah.
this other place over here, And I agree with you. Same thing with like evidently I guess I don't notice this, but there's a lot of people that believe that Coca-Cola from the fountain at McDonald's is some of the best Coca-Cola you could possibly get.
Oh, I agree with that.
There are people that actually truly believe that. So yes, when you go to each individual spot, each place has its own thing, and I'm with you.
Okay. That's what I got for picks or for questions there for Rios Randoms.
Rios
Wrapping
Randoms.
it up.
Wrapping her. All right, we'll get back to the rest of the news. We want to get some of those questions in, and then there was an emergency poo session for Rio there. So Danny couldn't finish off the question part. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to call you out, but
Yeah, you clearly did.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like, hold on. You ever had a questionable fart? I didn't want that to happen.
All right. Carolina Panthers will hire former Giants head coach Ben McAdoo as their next offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I heard he was on the radar just in case Kellen Moore gets taken from the Cowboys.
Ben Maca.
Interesting.
Who?
McAdoo, Giant.
Ben McAdoo. The one thing this man could do, actually, if you remember any of his Giants days, actually he might be the most winningest. He may be the most winningest coach in the recent last decade, right? So in the last decade, if you remember anything about him, is that his offenses were able to move. I mean, yes, it was by Eli, and they had some weapons and stuff like that. I'm not saying it was ever upper echelon, but you know what they had this year after that 3-game start,
Yeah.
he's a proven offensive coordinator in this league. So what we got?
Yep.
Are you thinking over there a little hard? I see steam coming out.
Yeah, my gears are turning.
Despite his midweek arrest, Chiefs linebacker Willie Gay will play Sunday, according to Andy Reid. The mother of Gay's 3-month-old son has requested a civil protection order, which means Gay is not allowed to have contact with her or the infant until the case is heard by a civil judge. There's about almost $300 worth of damage to some stuff like a vacuum cleaner, a door, a window, and some stuff like that. So, but still able to play for division round playoffs. I understand innocent until proven guilty. Believe me when I say that. I do believe in that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they literally have video on the field of Aaron Donald choking people, and he's still in.
Yeah. You need a little psycho, right?
But
You don't want
Captain,
Hold
this
on.
ain't no show, no mercy.
Captain say no shit, no mercy.
Right. Yeah, a little different than putting hands on a
No,
woman.
no,
Or
I
a
No.
child or
agree.
something.
Right,
but,
right,
I
right.
agree.
But yeah, definitely innocent to proven guilty. Hopefully they can figure something else out. And what's going on there. Hopefully it's nothing crazy.
How could you sell that to somebody? And what I mean is, how can you try to convince somebody that you didn't do that. And when I mean somebody, I'm not talking about a court or anything. You're talking to your head coach. Wouldn't the safe pick have been to just like, nah, we're going to sit you out. I understand innocent to proven guilty. We're not dropping you, but we're not going to play you in this game.
Right.
Well, to interject, it is the Chiefs, and I'm not trying to make light of it or fun of it, but you see what happened with Kareem Hunt? He's kicking the woman, and then he goes to the Browns, and now he's doing great. I mean,
Oh well, he was out of the league.
yep, but
For a while.
So in the Chiefs aspect, you think they would have learned their you already cut one guy over it, so
Right.
I mean, you got to make a decision here.
It is a case by case basis because that one she apparently was saying racial slurs. The
Yeah.
woman was
Yeah,
a little bit different context.
a little bit. And we don't know anything about this one.
Right.
Right.
We know absolutely nothing.
So, but what we do know is that there's a civil hold so that he can't be around her or the child. So we do know that.
Yep.
So what happens?
Not a great look.
What if it comes out that it was way worse than?
So the only thing that you can convince me, so I'll answer the question for you guys, is for the question I had for you, is if I was Andy Reid, the only thing that could come out of his mouth from him to play was it does not look anything like what it is. All that damage is literally her going nuts. She was throwing the vacuum and broke a door, whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd have to read somebody, right? You'd have to look at them and be able to read if they're telling the truth.
Yeah.
You can. Now, a lot of times you can read somebody if they're telling the truth, or if they have a little hesitation. If that's what happened, okay.
Isn't there always two sides to a story?
I do agree with you 1,000% on that. There's always two sides to a story.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know everything,
Yep.
but I do agree, whether it's him or her, maybe he shouldn't play,
Maybe get some of your stuff in order then.
Yep.
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 I agree there. I do. Iowa women's basketball star Caitlin Clark becomes the first D1 basketball player, that means men's or women's, to ever record a back-to-back 30-point triple-double.
Impressive. Good for women's sports too. I mean, for young women to see things like that.
She came in, I do believe she came in second last year to Paige Buchers for women's NCAA Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's starting to get a little more notoriety because Paige is out and UConn is down. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't know if Iowa women's will have enough when you face like the South Carolinas and I can't remember the LSU, the Stanfords and stuff like that. When you get up there, maybe not. If it is, it's going to be based off this woman right here and this ridiculous stuff that she's playing with, right?
Okay. Yep.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Men's or women's. That is
right.
Like you didn't have one single star that hit 30 points in all the years. 30
Right.
points in a triple dub. That's impressive to me. Memphis head coach Penny Hardaway goes off on the media saying, "Stop asking me stupid fucking questions about if I feel like I can do something. If I had my roster like they did, then I feel like I can do whatever I want to do." This was in reference to being asked if he could get the job done at Memphis after another tough loss. He is starting 4 freshmen for your information. I think he's just getting tired of getting that. Like when you get asked that, can you get the job? Like, bro, we're working around. And he did go into saying, I'm working my ass off as a coach. These boys are playing hard. But they're not. These are 17, 18, and 19-year-olds playing against, 20, 21, 22-year-olds. These guys are learning the game.
John Calipari did it for years.
You're not necessarily wrong, but you're a Kentucky wiener rider, too.
Somebody's got to ride it, boys.
You're not wrong. You got anything on that, Beauchart?
I don't know much about basketball, but, Penny Hardaway, that it does ring a bell. What did he play for? The Magic? Was it the Magic?
Yep. You're
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm not much of a basketball player, but I know the names, but it's those players are young. Going up against those older players, give him a chance. With these younger players, they stick together. They're gonna build camaraderie, and if they stick together, sooner or later they're gonna be those 19, 20, 21-year-olds, and they're gonna be dominant.
Yeah. If they stick this out, they're gonna be just fine, right?
Yeah.
You got to go with the growing pains when stuff like that is arising. Like, that's what's gonna happen until you get some experience under your belt, right?
Yep.
Or get some red shirts out there.
Yeah, get that transfer portal, right?
Yeah, getting that transfer portal.
The Baltimore Ravens fired defensive coordinator Wink Martindale after 10 years with the team.
Dumb.
They thanked him for the Baltimore Ravens are a pretty classy organization when it comes to like their family and stuff. Like, they're family oriented. Like, everyone that's ever went there has felt that, no matter what, even if they've been there for 1 year. So, they appreciate everything. They sent a big old thing out, like almost like not just a thank you for your service, but like almost apologetic. But you know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of a tough move.
Yeah, tough move. I mean, a lot of injuries on
Especially
both sides of the ball, but
especially on the
defensive
defensive side, right?
Defense side of the ball, big time. So,
They need to be getting rid of that athletic trainer.
well, technically they should have known before.
They should have known.
Have
You've never heard that before, have you?
What?
That you should have known that you got injured before you got injured.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard that before, Beauchart?
No.
You used to be employed there. A certain guy once said it. You're supposed to know you're going to tear your ACL before you tear your ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear those cleats.
I should have knew that hammer was gonna fall.
My God. So, if anyone who's a continuous listener from like almost the start, that was one of my makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah.
And this is the fellow that took the hammer at the bottom. Almost.
And we're not
luckily
talking
for
about
him.
Norris.
So we're so we're able to kind of chuckle it off now. But quite honestly, Beauchart is one of the luckiest individuals in the world because that could have killed him. That hammer was from way up. And if it wouldn't have hit the ductwork right there and then ricocheted and then hit you on the neck instead of like the top of the head. And then the guy lied about it.
That, I'm not going to say much about that, but what got me was lying about it.
And not coming down and checking on you, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what got me.
Is that not the human side? Like, why wouldn't you come down and at least check on a guy?
Like,
hey, shit happens. Accidents happen. Absolutely, right?
Yep. And I'll be the first one to admit if I do something wrong. I mean, if that would have been me, why lie about it? It ain't going to get you anywhere.
Right. And it could have killed somebody.
Yep.
The New York Giants are hiring Bills assistant GM Joe Shonin as their next GM. Good move. You guys don't have to know their name to know so don't overthink this question
For sure.
because what the Bills have done,
Yeah,
right?
what the Bills have done.
Right.
They came from nothing, and now playoffs. Still in it.
And legitimate contenders, not just playoffs, right?
Right, and being there, acquiring all
On
the
the
pieces
AFC
and
side,
stuff.
calm down and don't ride Uncle Gary's wiener here.
Didn't they beat the
About the
Patriots?
Chiefs.
Fuck the guy that's picking two teams over here. Cowboys and Bills. Oh, I got more Bill stuff in my house.
I have an AFC team too.
Congrats, the Rams are.
I
finally
ride
good.
Vikings and Ravens.
Hey, you know what?
You don't have a second team?
Yeah, you don't have
Wait,
a second team.
You don't have
Wait
an
a
AFC team?
No, wait a minute.
You don't have an AFC team?
No,
there's no wait a minute.
My grandfather instilled this in me.
You don't have an AFC
When you're losing,
team?
you don't jump ship.
No, you don't jump ship. You don't have an AFC team?
No.
What?
What?
No. Because it had.
Everybody has a...
Everybody's got two.
if you want to say same
yeah.
conference, I would have an
Right.
argument with you.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
No.
But
no.
you don't have one from the AFC side?
No.
What?
No. So
Liar.
let me give you guys a little history lesson here. I grew up in Kentucky, about 45 minutes from the Bengals Stadium. I was the only kid that wore I wore a Marshall Faulk jersey every chance I could, and they
picked on?
sucked.
He was
They
a Colt.
Sucked.
He was a Colt at one time.
Yeah.
So you were a Colts fan?
No, I was never a Colts fan. But they sucked. The Rams sucked. And for years, everybody's like, well, why don't you go to the Bengals? I was like, well, they suck too. But I just stuck with them. And now they paid off. So I'm not a two-team guy. One team.
Okay.
Unlike Rio Sex Life, he's two teams.
He bats both sides.
Well, not on purpose.
Yeah, he got hoodwinked. What was that? Thousands of women.
I made love with thousands of women. In the mud, in the rain. Man, could have slipped in.
One will never know. And if you haven't seen The Office, fuck you.
Shout out Creed Bratton.
Yeah, that's right. Underrated.
Underrated.
Very underrated. Heavyweight matchup between English prospect Tom Aspinall and Alexander Volkov will headline UFC's return to London March 19th, according to UFC president Dana White.
Okay.
Liking that?
Yeah.
You probably don't know the. Do you know? You probably
Other
don't know the other guy, but you know Volkov, obviously, right?
Well, they could definitely promote these fighters a little better. I'd take a dolly through the windshield again.
There you
I
go.
do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do need to. Smart move on their part. Underrated little smart move here. If this dude's legit, we know nothing about him, but if you're going to London in your main event, wouldn't you want a
Guy from
England up
Yep.
in there?
Yes.
That's how you're going to pack that shit, right?
Yep.
Yep. So not a bad move.
Yep. Good move.
I don't know if you've seen any of Dana White's TikToks. He's battling with Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
Do you see this drug testing thing and the fucking steroids
Right.
and the
Yeah, you do cocaine.
Okay, you did see this.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm like, dude, you were a billionaire, bro.
Bro,
Or
why are
like,
you
oh,
messing
pretty
with
damn
this
close.
guy?
Why are you even? You're
Yeah.
literally hooking him up right now.
Yeah. Giving him.
I'm not taking you serious now.
Even
I'm
bad
actually
pre-
taking
bad
Jake
press
Paul
is
more
still
serious
good
than you
press.
now. Yeah,
Right. Bad press is still good press. 'Cause
absolutely
Guess what?
it is.
You're getting noticed.
I'm taking Jake Paul more serious at this point than him. If you're gonna sit there and let that go into your, and you feel like you need to have a conversation and put it on TikTok and this, that, and the
Have a
other.
conversation with the guy.
Yeah.
You don't even have to talk to him. You don't have to reply back to him.
Like, bro, you're not even a flake off my sack. So, wide receiver Antonio Brown says
Heard of
there's never heard of him.
I said heard of him.
Heard of him? Okay. Says there's nothing wrong with my mental health in wake of his sideline outburst.
Yeah, denial's the first step.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
going on? What is going on? I seen that, and my boy seen that too, and he's like, "What is he doing?"
Any day can be a half a day if you just quit.
Yeah, what?
That is
How is
true.
that leading an example to these kids that are going to these games, in high school and stuff like that?
Well, first off, I can tell you that he don't give a fuck about the kids.
No,
Sorry,
and
he's
it's
not.
and that's not a good thing.
Right. Exactly.
Whether you want to be that or not, when you hit, especially pro, but it's every level you make it, you are an idol to somebody. I
Right.
remember getting a signature like when I was a young kid from
that's not-
from
doesn't
like a
even matter.
senior in Mohawk basketball.
Right. Yeah.
You look up to somebody as they're
Somebody
going,
else
right?
from every step.
That is
Absolutely.
your responsibility, bro.
Even if you're the third stringer on an NFL team.
Mental
Let's
health,
just
though?
go there. I mean, somebody's looking up to you, right?
right? Is he?
So-
Does he have mental health?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely.
Is it weird that he put this on a podcast with Brandon Marshall, who has admitted to having a mental health issue, but you're going to claim you don't have one? How many
don't know.
think? Maybe coincidence. Maybe that's pure
Yeah.
coincidence. But what I'm getting at more specifically is how many. This isn't just the shirt outburst and the taking your stuff off. How many things has he had in his past already up to this point?
Yeah.
Bro, this wasn't based off of one little instance, one little outburst.
Yep.
Your history is doing this.
Yeah.
If this is your very first one, it probably wouldn't. I would assume 99% it would not come out that you have a mental issue problem.
Yeah.
You lost your shit because you got pissed or whatever. That's what they'd chalk it up as. You have a history, dude. You do have something, and the worst part is that you're not even ready to admit that you have something. Maybe you should go get talked to or talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard for me to say that you're not. I guess.
Yeah.
NFL fines Dallas Cowboys Dak Prescott $25K for his comments related to the game officials that he already apologized for.
Yeah. Seen it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what happens when you openly talk about officials or their officiating. So,
Yeah.
and he probably didn't care.
No. Any
Chump change, right?
I don't know if he was necessarily wrong, right, or anything. When you're the leader, you're the quarterback, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe, but like we've talked about, when you
I think
catch
you should be the first one too. If
Well-
anybody's going to eat that fine,
No, not the money part. Not the money part. I'm just talking about like his initial comment. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
I'm not talking about the money part. But we talked about that, catching these guys in the heat of the moment. Right after they're heartbroken, and then they do have some legitimate or borderline legitimate gripes that you catch them in that heat of the moment, and then you get them up on the mic.
Right. Yep.
Like, give him a breather. I bet you he wouldn't have said that. If you would have gave him an extra, let's say even an hour, maybe even overnight, but definitely an hour, I bet you he wouldn't have said that. Right? Defendant champion Naomi Osaka loses to Amanda Anisimova in the third round of the Australian Open in upset. Amanda is ranked 60th in the world. Osaka is 14th. Now, when I say 14th, she actually was obviously much higher than that. She's the one that withdrew from the French Open last year and took time off. So she fell in the rankings because of that.
Yeah.
So kind of a big upset.
Yeah, big upset. Osaka, I think, has gotten so tied up in what the media is talking about and saying that it's affecting her play. She's letting it affect her play. You know, it just seemed like ever since she really started paying attention to what the media has been saying about her and, you know, getting really invested that way, that her play has suffered. And I get that as a professional athlete, it's hard to try to tune out the media and the people saying stuff about you. And I think that's one thing she needs to try to learn to do better, is try to tune those guys out and just work on you and your game, whatever you got going on. Yeah, and that goes for everybody. But I think I've seen her really struggle with this, it seems like.
Yeah. And that's what I got. So before we transition into our picks and the rest of our general conversation, go ahead and hit up our weird law of the episode. And that is, biting someone's arm off is illegal in Rhode Island.
Well, it should be everywhere.
Rhode Island has a law against biting off the limbs of another person. It is a shame you have to legislate things like this, but, you know, guess it will be good for when zombies come. Speaking of zombies.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused why this isn't a law in Florida.
Dude, they try to keep it real skimpy down there so that you can have
Them crazy.
you know, them crazy ass stories.
Oh,
like
okay.
you just type in your date of birth in like Florida, and you seen those before?
No, but it's all them alligators.
All them gators.
Mama say alligators are angry. They got all them teeth, but no toothbrush.
Oh, dude, you got all kinds of messed up ones. I got a good one for the next one. All right, and that's what I got for that, gentlemen.
I know. What
I don't know. So we didn't really game plan for you two. So we'll go over what ours are. Think about what your picks are as we go over ours. Sound good? Think about what you got here. Rio, you want to lead it off? You want me to?
Yeah, we'll go over NFL playoff games, but real quick before we slide into those, I do have a couple NBA games for Saturday that I am taking. I got 3 of them. I'm taking the Bucks over the Kings. I'm taking Cleveland over OKC. They are just playing really well right now, that young core.
Nice.
And then I'm taking Phoenix over the Pacers. Phoenix, you know, they're one of the better teams out there, or Pacers who have been struggling. And so pretty easy for me to go that way, or those 3 games Saturday. Moving on to NFL playoffs. I'm taking Cincy over the Titans, plus 3.5 underdogs. I just like Cincy. I think they've got the weapons to do it. I think if they can make this a high-scoring game, Titans won't be able to keep up. If Ryan Tannehill is having to throw the ball to keep you in a game, I don't think that's a good thing. And if they can make that, you know, the game plan for Tennessee to get away from the run and have to throw their way back in, I'm going to take Cincy. And I think that's what they try to do, make it a high-scoring game. And
You're just doing the straight up. You're not doing. Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, because they're underdog. You're right. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm not.
Yep.
They are the underdog. I'm giving
They
you
are
the
the
Lions,
underdog.
but
No,
I'm just
no,
betting
I,
straight up.
No, I agree with you. Well, obviously you're taking you're gonna take it, but you'll get the straight up on that too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm taking Packers over 49ers. They are minus 5.5 favorites. You know, I think the 49ers do have a good shot of beating them just the way they run the ball, but with the extra help Packers are getting, we talked about on defense, that's going to help them out there. Packers are going to be well rested and fresh. They just, for whatever reason, man, it seems like Aaron Rodgers has been balling out this year. But, like, not in a big way, right? He's just been efficient as hell, right? He's not blowing the numbers off the charts, but he's got, like, 3 or 4 interceptions? Something like that, something crazy. So just efficient as hell.
So what'd he do that first week? That was something stupid,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Wasn't it like he threw 3 interceptions?
Something like that.
And he has like 1 interception since then or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, they had the one really, really bad
Yep.
game. I'm also in that game, I'm taking the over at 47.5. I think this could be a really high-scoring game with just the way the 49ers offense works. They have a bunch of trick plays they run. They put Debo all over the field. And then, obviously, the Packers can score. So, taking the over at that.
Who'd you take in winning that?
Packers.
Packers. You do have them picked. Okay.
Yep, over 49ers.
Okay.
I'm taking the Rams over the Buccaneers. They are +3 underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they can put it all together, and I think they will beat the Bucs, who have limited weapons now on offense now that Brown is out and Godwin's gone. Tom Brady always gives everyone a shot, so it's going to be a good game, I believe, and also high scoring, so I'm taking the over at 48.5 there. And that'll be a nice game. But I'm taking the Rams to win that. I'm also taking Bills over Chiefs. They're +1.5 underdogs. I think if the Bills can play this out the right way, as in get that mix of actually running the ball with a running back and not Josh Allen, and limiting the time the Chiefs get the ball. Because the Chiefs have the high-scoring offense, right? And they can boom, 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 score all the time. If the Bills can run this ball and keep it away from the offense and then capitalize every time they get the ball, I think they can win this game, and that's why I'm taking the Bills. And that's what I got.
Appreciate you. Go ahead and rip mine off right here. I do, just like yourself, I do have an NBA game, and I actually have 2 fights, too. So, for the UFC card this weekend, let me fix something quick. Okay. I'll take those 3 first. So I have Golden State. This is tonight's game. Golden State Warriors covering 11 at home against the Rockets. Probably not gonna have this uploading in time for you to go ahead and reap off of that, but that's what it was at. By the way, all my spreads and all that stuff come from FanDuel. Hopefully a future sponsor. But that's also. Would you say that old boy just got
Pat
that?
McAfee.
Pat McAfee just got that. So. And now he's just rolling. And then we're going to go to 2 fights I like. Ngannou, for whatever reason, is a underdog against Cyril Gane. Now, when I say for whatever reason, like I've said, I'm a casual fan. So maybe you know something I don't. And I've seen some of Cyril Gane's fights, but dude, the Nigerian Nightmare, this dude is a monster. Like I won't. There's certain guys I'm not going to bet against, and this is a monster that I won't. I'm sorry. So he's a +122 on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's crazy it flipped that way because he was a favorite.
Yeah, and then
I would take it that way too.
And it isn't just FanDuel. DraftKings flipped theirs too. I got notification on that also. So I'm taking Ngannou +122 money line. And then I took. I'm going to be honest with you here. 100%. I picked this one purely because of his last name, brother.
All right, let me hear it.
This is one of my Stone Cold locks. Brought to you by Kevin Beauchart.
All your picks should be stone cold.
They are. But this one in particular, and these in particular, are brought to you by Bose Power Washing. For any of your power washing needs, and I'm talking deck, siding, concrete, I guarantee gutters. I guarantee this man would clean your car up if you want to. He's that type of guy, and he's one hell of a hard worker. And appreciate you.
Not a problem.
Anything else you want to say on it before I go about your business and what you're trying to do, brother?
Nope. Just if anybody has anything,
You also do plowing too, correct?
Yes, I do. Snow plow, anything, this summer mowing, anything like that.
Okay.
Don't hesitate.
There you go. Where anywhere they can contact you.
You can contact me 641-903-1720.
There you go. And there should be. We're going to make sure we get that information from you before you head out to make sure we jot her down. So, coming back to that, I have said Nurmagomedov minus 198 versus Cody Strauman. You know why I picked that.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very sexual
Absolutely.
names.
That's how you're taking it. Yes.
Yeah, that's how you take it. But you know why I'm taking that. And I don't even need to know much. I just know that name right there is enough for me to go ahead and say, yeah, I ain't fucking around. If I don't even have to see this dude fight to know that actually if I'm going to do a side bet or do I do it by submission. And I could be 100% wrong. Is he a stand-up? Do you know him? Is he a stand-up banger?
I don't.
Okay. I'm going to go with wrestling right out of the gate. So he'll submit
Probably.
him. Okay.
TKO ground and pound.
I'll finish out my Stone Cold locks, and then I'll get it up to my upset picks. Finish off my Stone Colds I had the Rams +3 at the Bucks. I have this. They both are getting banged up, right? They both have an offensive lineman or two out. The Buccaneers are they most likely will be without their star tackle, former Iowa player, and now my mind just went blank on his name. Tristan Wirfs, sorry. Looks like there's a good chance he could miss the game. He's been in a walking boot all week, and he tried to come out in that game. You've seen that, and then was just a monster. Could be missing in, and his center is banged up too. That's a bad mixture. Anyone that's ever watched Tom Brady lose, it has been against pressure up the middle, and you have Aaron Donald, arguably the most dominant player in this last 7-8 years on the defensive line, especially, right? Now, we already alluded to it earlier. Andrew Whitworth's out too, so there's some this, that, and the other. I'm just riding with the Rams. I'm sorry. We stuck with that in the preseason. That's what our picks were. I'm gonna still ride it out. Why jump ship right now? You know, I think the Buccaneers have just lost too much. I'm not trying to take away from Brady. I'm really not. Like, it's hard to bet against the guy. But when you lose all these receivers, these offensive weapons, and now you're messing with the offensive line, which is keeping this man stood up, right? And you have arguably the best corner in the league to defend your one receiver remaining. You should see the stats, the difference between Ramsey guarding him and anybody else. Riding the Rams there. And then my last Stone Cold lock is I'm taking the Bills +1.5 at the Chiefs. The Bills are going to win this game. This isn't – I'm telling you the spread, but Bills are going to win this game. They have and the only hope the Chiefs have is because it's at home. That's my opinion. The Bills have a better defense if everything's doing what they're supposed to be doing. They have a better defense. They have the same amount of offense as they do. They have almost as many offensive weapons as they do. Because what? Because Stephon Diggs isn't as fast as Tyreek Hill? No. Stephon Diggs is a better all-around wide receiver. He's just not take it to the yard when you do, you know what I'm saying, deep like that. But Dawson Knox is not a bad tight end either. They have all the weapons they need. Devin Singletary is a huge difference. Your buddy, your boy.
I don't know about the same. I mean, a lot of the weapons, I'm going to give the nod to the Chiefs over.
I disagree. I just gave you two, and not that.
Kelsey is way better than Knox.
I didn't say that he wasn't way better. I said that he can hang is what I'm saying. And not to mention Emmanuel Sanders is better than their second wide receiver. Stephon Diggs is a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill. All-around wide receiver, not spark play. You are right about the Travis Kelce, so those two would cancel each other out, right? Stephon Diggs, if I believe that, is better than that. Travis Kelce, so that cancels each other out. Emmanuel Sanders is way better than any receiver that they have as their second wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And the defenses are considerably a little bit different, unless they can get pressure on them like they have been. They've been blitzing a lot, right? We talked about that.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of blitzing.
They have been, but what did the Bills find? The Bills found a run game, gentlemen, out of nowhere with your boy Devin too.
That they did, which I should have
phone's
taken.
ringing? And then we're We'll finish up on my 2 upset picks. I have the 49ers covering that 5.5 at the Packers, and I'm also taking the under on the 47.5. I think it's supposed to be one of the coldest. It's supposed to be one of the colder games, obviously. I think it's going to be 49ers defense is kind of clicking. Packers are getting some of theirs back. Jimmy Garoppolo's banged up. I think this is a low-scoring affair. I'm going with the Niners with the upset. And this may be a little bit of hater in me, Packer hater, but the Niners are also just clicking, right? Everything's going the way they want to. Their offense is rolling. Their defense is playing way better than they played all season, right? And I'm just going to roll with a hot hand here. I don't think this is a team that anyone wants to face. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers wants that defense up in his face right now. You know, especially getting touched at it's cold as shit and you're getting hit. I don't know. The only chance the Packers, just like I just said about the Chiefs, is the only chance they have is at home. And then I have the Titans covering that 3.5. That's not an upset pick though. I mixed those two up. Either way, I have the Titans minus 3.5 against the Bengals. I think the Bengals, and the only reason I'm giving this one, I'm going to make this very clear, because I'm a fan of what the Bengals have done. I'm a fan of their offensive weapons. I'm a fan of kind of their defense, too. They don't get any love, and they have some guys that got cast out, kind of, or didn't get some love, and they came there, and they've been balling out. Trey Hendrickson was cleared from his concussion protocol. But I'm a firm believer in that you need to feel heartache, and it has been proven throughout history. This isn't just me. That you have to feel heartache before you can actually ultimately succeed in the NFL and pro sports, I should say. The Titans have already went through that. The coach has been here. These guys have been here. They get King Henry back. I'm not saying they need him to go, 20-something odd carries, but we already discussed if they need it, he will do it, and I think he can. Otherwise, he wouldn't be out there. So I'm going to go with the coaching on this, the home game, and that's what I'm going to ride with. So, and that's what I got, gentlemen. What do you got for your picks, your NFL picks?
Wow. We know we're going to start off with the Rams. I'm not going to do every over-under or point spread.
Yeah, well, you have them winning, so they're the underdog. Regardless.
Money line,
baby. Money line.
Money lines.
For the record, what is your favorite team?
The Rams.
Okay.
Who's my least favorite team? The fucking 49ers.
Ooh.
So you're taking Packers, huh?
No, I'm taking the 49ers.
Oh.
They're just playing smash mouth football. They don't. You know who's
both
getting
sides of the ball, right?
You know who's getting the ball, and you know where it's going, and you can't stop him.
Okay.
And then so the Rams, I got the 49ers. I'm gonna take the Bills, and I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Does Uncle Gary know you're doing this against his Chiefs?
Did he give you the okay to say this?
Okay to say this?
No, he did not. I'll be shunned. PCS room. See you next week.
PCS pack, homie. That's where you're riding.
Yes.
So I'm taking the Bills in a blowout, though.
Oh, you're
Yikes.
calling your shot.
Blowout.
That's my
What's
game of the week.
hold on, so that we can specify. I'm not being a smartass.
Plus
what's
10.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What's a version of blowout, dude? 10 plus.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's a blowout at home, right? When you're what do you think? That should be considered a blowout if you win by 10 on the road.
It depends on how.
Yeah, if it's 10-0, I don't consider that a
No,
blowout.
I'm saying because we were talking, right, you're losing by 3 and say you're trying to
you
throw a pick
second one or
six.
pick six.
You
Okay.
throw a pick
Yep,
six,
yep.
right, trying to drive
I
the
got
field.
But
okay.
I get what he's saying. So
Right.
in
Not
dominant,
close, right.
dominant
Dominating
fashion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
And then I don't like this pick.
This one was hard for me. If I know which one you're doing next, this one was hard for me.
I just love watching the Bengals play this year, but I got to go with King Henry, the Titans. The man would have won MVP unanimously if he made it the whole season. And you can't go against that. So
Yeah.
the Titans it is.
I think we were all on deck with that, right?
Yeah.
Like if that would have been healthy all year,
Yeah.
that it was hands down. He had it wrapped up earlier this season until that went down, right?
Yeah. If he had played the entire season,
Yep.
he would have got it.
Beauchart, what do you got, brother? What are your picks?
I guess I haven't really thought about it, but
Wing it.
I'm going to go Niners.
Okay.
'cause I'm not a Green Bay fan, but
Your son right there is though.
yeah. So we made a little bet. Him and I did. So I let him pick the teams first. So I got the.
The other one has to sleep in the garage.
Yeah, I wish.
The other one has to give 3 gigs all their money. Got it. Love
Got it. So you pick Niners.
I'm picking the Niners, and I'm going Rams. I got the Rams. And then on the AFC, I have the Bills and the Titans.
There you go.
Got some
That's-
picks.
I didn't really go on point wise. We just kind of
No. That's
just
fine.
kinda
Like I said, we
did our
kind of
picks, so-
sprung it in there, and I like it. You made your picks. I got you. And most of them, you actually took the underdog in, except for the
Yeah.
Titans.
But can we bring up if the 49ers beat the Packers, the Rams,
The 49ers will beat the Packers.
and when
You go on record wise, Aaron Rodgers, I think it's like 0-2, I think, with facing the
Against the
49ers at home.
well, that's a good stat. I like
So-
that one. It just brings the NFC Championship game home, baby, to SoFi Stadium.
Oh, you think they're going to the Super Bowl then? If that happens.
I like the 49ers. I
So
like
it would ride through there is what I'm getting at,
Yeah.
because the Super Bowl's at SoFi.
so I like the Rams against the 49ers.
Going to get moved to the AT&T Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
No, that got officially. It's happening at SoFi.
Oh, did
It
it?
is,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
So it was in conversation. That was one of the news things I forgot to bring up. That they said it will happen at SoFi.
Well, if the Rams lose, I'm going to be taking some PT.
No, we have a bottle that you can finish before summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 high.
10 high,
10 high
4
whiskey.
high, doesn't
Actually,
matter.
you can't
Not
drink
tonight.
that. You can't. Actually, I'm sorry. You can't drink that.
I know.
You're
That's
you're
right.
one hell of our
You'll
good
be-
friends, and we will. Yeah, you're our DD.
It'd be
Yeah.
4 high, 2 high, not tonight.
You'll be crying. You'll be crying either way.
Yes,
Yeah, either
that's
way.
right.
Where do you live, Kevin?
On the street.
Yeah.
On the street.
My yard needs plowed.
All right. So
I meant driveway.
one thing I do want to put out there, and I am not gathering his full blown information.
Jimmer's
Well,
coming
wait.
out.
No, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
My boyfriend.
Yeah, my boyfriend's name is Leah Holder.
Does she hold you?
She pegs me. Yeah, whatever she says, happy wife, happy life. That's what it's gotta be, dude. Actually, we'll leave that alone because I will actually want the full blown information before I just put that out there.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. I don't.
Sounds good.
Yep. Do you have a make sense if you don't think about it?
I got a story.
That when we'll turn it
Mhm.
into that.
Yep.
Trust me.
All right.
Oh.
Perfect.
So this is our make sense if you don't think about it, ladies and gentlemen. This one is brought to you by Miley.
It's a funny one.
Gotcha.
all
It's,
funny.
I was I'm not gonna say me, but it is me.
Dude, that's the worst cover up in the world, bro.
Shh. I'm bluffing. I'm bluffing.
We told him, we're like, dude, don't use your name, just change someone else's name in this. And what's
no,
this guy do?
No, I gotta. It's different. I can't. I'm not gonna do that. But so I was dating this girl, and you know,
First time for you, right?
yeah, willingly. We you know, we go. End of the day, you go to the bedroom, you do the deed, and things are going. You know, they're going great. I mean, they're
For
going,
you.
No, they're going great
Right.
for her because as she gets ready to climax, a turd comes out.
Shut the fuck up.
What? So it's just like a. It's 2 rabbit turds. What? And I'm like I smell it before I see it, and I'm like, what does that smell? And her face is blood red, and she starts bawling right off the bat.
Oh my god.
Danny G missed a good one tonight.
Oh my god.
She starts bawling right off the bat. And I'm like, it's okay. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm never gonna recover from this. It's like I'm never gonna financially recover from this meme. I'm just there. I'm like, oh, okay,
my God.
this has happened. What do I do?
My only question: did you let her finish?
Oh, yes, he did. He's from Kentucky. You're damn right he did.
Little fella, you're next.
I finished. Okay, so the story doesn't end there. So
what? Whoa.
she's blood red, she's crying, and she gets up and she's embarrassed. And all rightful so, right? Well, me being the penny pincher I was, I lived in an apartment that charged you to do laundry. Well, I bought a portable washer and dryer and stuck it in my apartment where they paid for the water, so it filled up my washing machine for free. Well, so I grabbed these sheets off the bed, and I kind of just grab it in a ball. And I'm like, I'm just gonna wash this and get rid of it. So I run it in the washing machine twice on hot water, and so she's still embarrassed. I don't know how to take it. I'm just like, whatever. So get the sheets, put them in the dryer, let them dry, and so we go back in the bedroom. And we go to pull the sheets apart to make the bed, and there's 2 washed turds still wrapped in it.
They didn't disappear.
No, they were
So
still
she
there.
had, so let me get this straight. She had to relive her worst nightmare imaginable. Like you folded
What
it back
the heck?
out on the bed.
No, yeah. So
And it's still there.
No, and it's the fitted sheet. So like when you pull the sheet, it bounces up in the air.
Oh,
And like I see this, and I'm just staring her down, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And
free water. Come on.
So, no, but I'm not lying to you. These turds were washed, like they were clean.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
But that's my story. And,
That's crazy.
And, I'm scarred.
That I don't even know where to go with that. So it makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah, don't if you have that happen,
Yep.
you need to take the sheets and get rid of that before
Right. First
you
off,
wash
well,
it.
first off, try to get like the turds like put into the trash can first before you throw it in the washer.
Yeah.
Instead of bundling up.
Hey,
Hey, let's just go back to the beginning of the story. How about before you're about to do the deed, make sure you use the restroom because you don't want anything crazy going on.
Yeah.
Turds.
Eat light, as
Rabbit.
Michael Scott would say.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll probably eat light, maybe a soup.
Maybe have a soup.
Maybe have
you know.
soup. Remember when he first gets with old girl?
Yeah.
Good thing there was no booty munching that night.
Hey, by the way, real quick. We forgot to say this. Danny's picks were Rams, Niners, Bills, Titans, by the way.
Ah.
He texts us.
What
So,
say
we got that in the book.
Say that one more time.
Rams.
Yep.
Bills, Titans, Niners.
Oh,
I think we're all
I
pretty
think-
damn close to each
yeah,
other, right?
Yeah.
I
Besides
think-
me, I think I said
You had
Packers would probably do it.
Yep. So
They'll
you
do it.
already gave the
Do
words
it.
of wisdom to that. Obviously, eat light
Eat light. Make sure you use the restroom before
and
you move
maybe
to the bedroom.
maybe gauge what you're about to get before you actually get it.
wow.
It made his eyes all big.
I went in. Let's just say it was a good night.
It was good. You literally jarred 2 rabbit turds out.
Real,
of some
really jarred something loose there,
really
Tiger.
jarred something loose there, Tiger. Courtesy of Kingpin. You guys need to watch that if you have not seen that. You really got jarred something loose there, Tiger.
Oh, it's not that bad. Rinse due next month.
Rez, you better start working on your tongue exercises.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, anyone else have any other comments before we start wrapping her up? Bo, hey,
Nope.
go and throw it out there. You have another one right now before we close her up. What?
I
what
don't
do you
have anything right now. Nope. Just want to thank you guys. It's kind of cool hanging out with you guys and kind of doing this, kind of a first thing. So I don't know a whole lot about. I know a lot about sports, but not quite what you guys know and that. So I appreciate you having me here. And I just want you to know.
Thanks for patting me on the back, but that's what my wife's for.
Hey, we appreciate you coming
We
on.
definitely
and,
do.
And your full blown support too has been huge, and we appreciate it. We really do. Everything that you have We have the few that we know for a fact that we do have some diehard fans so far. Might only be like 7 of you, or whatever it is. But we do appreciate everything that you guys do. We do get and including yourself, Kevin. You've been nothing but back us every step of the way, and we appreciate that too, brother.
No problem. And like I said, I'm not done yet. So, like I said,
yeah,
perfect. Thank you.
Where all can everybody listen?
You know, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We're still trying to get everything ironed out there and get up on YouTube, but pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts, we are available. Facebook, hit us up on Facebook as well.
Anyone have any questions or stories or make sense you don't think about? Where can they get it at there, Rio?
Well, they can send us a DM. It all goes down in the DMs.
All goes down the DMs.
Send us a DM. We'll get your story out there to all the folks that want to know. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, appreciate that. No other words, then we're going to go ahead and wrap her up for the night. Part-time Danny, don't know where he's at for next week, but, he had
We'll see if we can fit in his schedule.
Yeah, we'll see if we can fit her up in there somewhere. But
I just wanted to say,
with that, go ahead.
Vicky Valacourt show my whole boobies not like them too.
Get your moment. I want to say Dink and Flicka.
Dink and Flicka.
Dink and Flicka. That's number 2. And then we're there, gentlemen. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.
Nothing, no hindsight discussions. I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, then look, I got it.